Busy on schedule but still want a fresh bread tonight? This same day loaf is soft, pillowy and lightly sweet. Perfect if you want homemade bread that's never too sour or too dense. It's made with simple ingredients and a starter, so you get that fresh baked bread without waiting overnight. If you want a baking without a stress, this recipe is for you. Let's get baking. Today I'm using my mixer to get the dough together and starting with 20-minute autolyse, so that my flour and water can rest first. As you can see, I'm keeping a little bit of water. We'll use it later to dissolve the salt. It's a quick mix on a low speed, just to get all ingredients together. While my dough is resting, let's talk about why I like using both yeast and sourdough. So for this recipe, I like the balance of each because they work really well together. The yeast helps the dough to rise on schedule, so I can make sure that this bread is ready today. And adding sourdough as a pre-ferment gives this loaf more depth of flavor, better structure, and that fresh homemade taste you just can't get from the yeast alone. This is my dough after the yeast and sourdough have been mixed in, and now I'm adding the salt, rest of the water. Honey comes next, followed by the butter, just a little piece at a time. I'm finishing up my mix, and my dough already looking smooth and very soft, and that's really thanks to a mixer. I do have a video about hand mixing as well, so I'd like to know, do you prefer mixing by hand or with a mixer? I'm always curious what you want to see more of. Since my mixer already developed the gluten really well, I only need one fold during the bulk fermentation. My dough will spend 1 hour in this container, and then we'll give it one fold. After 1 hour, I am giving the dough one gentle fold. I'm not trying to work it hard. I'm just giving it a little structure so it can hold the shape even better. Since it's already bubbly and airy, I want to be careful not to deflate it and lose that light texture. After this, my dough will be ready for its final fermentation. It will spend about 1 more hour here. My dough is at 76 Fahrenheit or 25 Celsius. Use the temperature and the dough condition as your guide, not the time alone, because every kitchen is different. And I'll show you what mine looks like so you can orient by texture and appearance, not just by the clock. And here it is after 1 more hour. It hasn't completely doubled yet, but you can already see the little bubbles starting to show. This dough is smooth, full of air, and nicely fermented. Now I'm moving into preshape stage, and I'm dusting the top of the dough lightly with the flour so it doesn't stick when I turn it out onto the table. I want to be extra gentle here because if it sticks too much, I can lose some of those bubbles we built during fermentation. Now I'm dividing the dough into 2 equal pieces. For the pre-shape, first I gently turn each piece on a table, folding it inwards and pulling it slightly toward me to create a tension. This helps the dough hold its shape without overworking it. And I'm being gentle, so I keep those bubbles inside. After a 20-minute rest, the dough has relaxed and it's ready for its shaping. Let me show you how I shape it for the long batard. Since this loaf is longer, I first gently stretch the dough on a table to make it more even from end to end. It might look like I'm being a little hard on the dough, but I'm really just extending it carefully without breaking those bubbles. And that's the important part. Then I fold one side in, seal it, turn it, and fold the other side in as well. After that, I fold the edges in and seal everything with my palm so the loaf has good tension and a clean shape. Both loaves are shaped, and I'm giving them additional hour before baking, just until they look little puffy and ready for the oven. Just like this. Now I'm ready to bake. My ceramic bakers have been preheating with the oven, so they're nice and hot. I scored the loaves inside the bakers and then bake my bread covered at 465 Fahrenheit or 240 Celsius for 25 minutes. Then I take the lids off and bake a little longer until the loaves get that deep, rich color. I prefer a darker, well-baked crust because it gives the bread really nice, beautiful finish. I really love baking bread in these bakers because they both fit perfectly in my oven and always give me the great results. The black baker has been with me for 5 years now, and the red one is a newer piece I recently got. Both loaves are out of the oven, and now for the favorite part. Let's cut them open and see how they turned out. What I love about this recipe is that even though both loaves were shaped a little differently, they still baked out beautifully. That's one of the great things about bread like this. Shape can change, but you can still get soft, airy, and really lovely result. Just look at this crumb. It's super soft, light, and full of air. Exactly what I was hoping for. You can also see how tender it is. Just a little sweetness from the honey and that rich, buttery flavor throughout. This is the kind of bread that feels so good to bake because it gives you all the comfort of homemade bread without feeling complicated or stressful. It's simple, it's rewarding, and gives you two beautiful loaves at the end. I hope this recipe inspires you to bake something comforting at home and enjoy the process again. Thank you so much for baking with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.